If you're tired of cleaning and still feeling behind, stay with me for a moment. Most homes don't need more effort, they need fewer decisions. I'll show you 7 simple changes that made our home feel lighter within days, especially helpful after 60. For years, I believed that if I just cleaned harder, things would finally feel under control. They never did. What changed everything wasn't effort, it was strategy. These 7 decluttering shifts helped us reset our home quickly and keep it livable without constant cleanup. They're not extreme, they're not trendy, they work when energy matters and peace matters more. Before we start, comment down below, which room in your home makes you sigh when you walk into it? Kitchen, bedroom, closets, paper piles? You're not alone. I read every comment. And if you want steady, realistic support for creating a calmer home in this season of life, subscribe to Senior Decluttering Diaries so you don't miss what's next. Trick number 1, declutter backwards. Choose what stays before deciding what goes. Most people approach decluttering like this: what can I get rid of? That question creates tension immediately. It puts your brain into defense mode. It feels like loss before relief. Instead, reverse the process. Ask one calmer question: what deserves to stay? Not what used to fit, not what you paid for, what actually supports your life now. This small shift changes everything. I used this method in my bedroom closet, not by pulling everything out and overwhelming myself, but by choosing first. I pulled the clothes I actually reach for without thinking. The soft navy sweater I wear when my shoulders ache, the slacks that don't need adjusting all day, the shoes I can walk in without planning a recovery period. Once those items were clearly chosen, the rest lost their power. Old jackets I hadn't worn in years didn't feel sentimental anymore. They felt like extras, noise, weight. This works because your brain relaxes once it knows what's safe. You're not losing everything, you're protecting what matters. If letting go feels emotionally heavy for you, comment down below with "keep first" and let me know you're trying this approach. Trick number 2, use the 4 piles rule. Clarity beats perfection every time. Once you know what stays, don't overthink the rest. Every item goes into one of 4 piles: keep, donate, sell, pause. Not maybe, pause. Because maybe feels endless. Pause feels temporary, contained, kind. I did this in the kitchen with my friend Helen on a quiet afternoon. No music, no rushing. We laid everything out slowly. The pans I use weekly went into keep. Extra dishes from old sets went into donate. A barely used juicer went into sell. Seasonal serving pieces went into pause. What surprised me wasn't how much left, it was how quickly decisions became easier once categories existed. Your brain wants structure more than certainty. You don't need perfect decisions, you need forward motion. If decision-making drains you, comment down below with 4 piles so I know to go deeper into this method in another video. Trick number 3, give the pause pile a firm deadline. Indecision is the real clutter. The pause pile feels safe, but it can quietly take over your home if you let it linger. So it needs rules. Everything in pause gets 30 days. No extensions, no revisiting every week. If you don't use it, need it, or actively miss it in that time, it goes. No renegotiation. I tested this with a stack of cookbooks I swore I'd use again. 30 days passed. I cooked the same 5 meals. Not once did I reach for those books. They went to a local center that actually wanted them. And here's the truth most people don't say out loud. If you don't notice something is gone, it wasn't serving you. If the pause pile has been haunting you for months, comment down below with 30 days. Trick number 4, automate small resets. Stop waiting for things to fall apart. Decluttering only sticks when it becomes automatic. Not dramatic, not emotional, automatic. In our house, we do a 10-minute reset every evening. Same time, same rhythm, no debate. Dishes to the sink, papers to one tray, blankets folded, shoes back in place. 10 minutes, that's it. Because small messes handled daily never turn into weekend disasters that steal your energy. If you struggle with follow-through more than motivation, comment down below with 10 minutes. Trick number 5. Track what enters your home. Most clutter starts before it arrives. You can declutter all you want, but if things keep coming in unchecked, it won't last. I tracked only home-related purchases for 1 month. Nothing fancy, just a notebook on the counter. What shocked me wasn't the cost, it was the reason behind purchases. I bought storage items when I felt overwhelmed, decorative items when I felt bored, comfort items when I felt lonely. Once I saw the pattern, buying slowed naturally. No rules needed. If shopping sometimes fills an emotional gap, comment down below with aware. Trick number 6. Gentle spending awareness. No budgets, no shame, just honesty. This isn't about tracking every dollar or restricting yourself. It's about noticing the after effect. I stopped asking, can I afford this? And started asking, do I want to care for this? Care takes space. Cleaning, deciding where it lives, thinking about it again later. That question alone prevented clutter from entering my home. If you want a calmer relationship with money and belongings, subscribe to Senior Decluttering Diaries. This mindset runs through everything we share here. Trick number 7. Let other people share the load. A calm home isn't a solo project. One person managing all the clutter breeds resentment quietly over time. We changed that. Everyone had one clear role, just one. One handles recycling, one resets the living room, one manages mail. 15 minutes once a week together. The house stayed calmer, and so did our relationships. If asking for help feels uncomfortable, comment down below with team. I'll make a full video just for that. Decluttering after 60 isn't about control, it's about relief. These 7 tricks work because they respect your energy, your history, and your real life. If this helped, subscribe to Senior Decluttering Diaries so you don't miss the next video. Tomorrow, we're talking about why tidy homes feel emotionally safer as we age, and how to create that feeling without stripping your home of warmth. Before you go, comment down below, which trick are you starting with first? I'll see you next time.